Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with really quite a remarkable Tchaikovsky box. Here it is from Alto. There's some terrific stuff in here that they've licensed. I mean, smartly curated, and I mean, there's melodious stuff, so the sonics can be a little iffy, but on the whole, it's kind of amazing. And I want to tell you what's in it because I was really impressed by how well they put this together. I have to confess, I really was. So let's take a look. You get all the symphonies plus some, and 15 favorite orchestral works, concertos. Oh my goodness, it's Tchaikovsky galore. One of you mentioned that you were a little leery of these 10 CD boxes. Well, it depends who the label is, right? I mean, Alto generally does very good work, and I've really been impressed by some of the stuff. That's because it's run by Todd Landor, who was in the business for a very, very long time, and Todd generally, I said, sorry, Todd. Todd knows what he's doing. He gets good stuff. He really does, for the most part. And so let's see what we have here. It begins with disc A. They do alphabetical discs instead of numerical discs, but it doesn't matter. We've got Tchaikovsky Symphonies 2 and 3 with the large studio at Moscow Radio, the large symphony orchestra of the Ministry of Culture of the Russian Federation under Gennady Rozhdestvensky from 1988-89. Like I said, these melodious things, the sonics are not, state of the art. But Rozhdestvensky is a fine Tchaikovsky conductor. His performances were always on the slow and heavy side. But slow and heavy, but he knows what he's doing, slow and heavy, not slow and heavy like boring slow and heavy. So that's where it begins. And they're good performances. But then you get the Leningrad Mravinsky 4, 5, and 6, licensed from Deutsche Grammophon. Yay! I mean, it doesn't get better than that, does it? So if you can't find the original Deutsche Grammophon ones, that you can get them here. And I think we're going to be seeing more of this, because the major labels, they don't care anymore about, preserving their identity as a label and having exclusive material. They'll license it to anyone who wants it. And great! Other people, go get it! That's all I can say. Good for you, Todd, for getting this stuff. Yeah, fabulous. So you have another source. I mean, this is a very inexpensive set. It probably costs as much as the Leningrad Tchaikovsky 4, 5, and 6 originally did when they were full-price LPs. So what the heck? And then you've got the Dorati Minneapolis March Slav, which was on Mercury Living Presence. And this is disc D. Symphony number 1 is the Moscow Radio Symphony under Konstantin Ivanov from 1964. Well, I mean, that's sort of a curiosity. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's a curiosity. And then you've got the Symphony number 7, that completed Symphony number 7, reconstructed by Semyon Bogatyrev. And, it sort of sounds like faux Tchaikovsky. It's interesting to have. And it's called the Symphony of Life. Ormandy nominated Symphony number 7. I mean, I don't get that. It's not played by Ormandy. It's played by the Russian State Cinematographic Symphony Orchestra under Sergei Skripka. Well, I'm glad they got it. It doesn't sound bad, actually, but I mean, it's a curiosity, but it's complete and it's in the box, and it's a way to find it if you can't find the Ormandy, which actually is going to be in some huge Ormandy box at some point. Then we've got the Manfred Symphony with the large symphony orchestra, et cetera, under Rozhdestvensky from 1989. This sounds awful. I have to say, Rozhdestvensky did an earlier Manfred in the 60s. It was the first one I had, actually. It was the soundtrack to the BBC production of Anna Karenina. It was the theme song. But Rozhdestvensky's Manfred is a good Manfred, but this is not good. I don't understand what happened here. Manfred is just doomed. It's an unlucky thing. Disc F. You got the Piano Concerto with Richter and Karajan, licensed from Deutsche Grammophon in 1962. Now, nobody particularly likes this performance of the Tchaikovsky first, and supposedly Richter and Karajan didn't get along, and it's with the Vienna Symphony, not the Berlin Phil, and it's, Not a great Tchaikovsky first, but it's Richter and it's famous, and I get it. And then you've got, let's see, the Pezzo Capriccioso with Rostropovich and the Moscow Youth Symphony under Kirill Kondrashin from 1950, first issued by Международная книга, which means international book, in case you're wondering. And then the second piano concerto with Emil Gilels and Kirill Kondrashin and the USSR State Symphony from 1962, in a version with, I think, a few cuts and things and nips and tucks. But again, I'm not complaining. I mean, it's collectible, right? I mean, it's collectible. The violin concerto with Oistrakh in Philadelphia and Ormandy. Yes. Amazing. It doesn't say licensed from Sony, but I mean, it must have been. And then we've got Francesco da Rimini with the Moscow State Symphony under Pavel Kogan. This is from 1990, first issue 2009. The sound here isn't bad, and was first issued by Mark Obort and Joanna Nikrens. I mean, famous Vox people, right? So that's nice to have. And the Rococo Variations with Rostropovich, the Leningrad Phil, and Rozhdestvensky from 61, originally Deutsche Grammophon. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, I can't stand the piece, but who cares? Then we've got Svetlanov doing the Swan Lake and Nutcracker Suites, the Polonaise from the Little Shoes, the Little Slippers, Cherevichki, and the Polonaise from Sleeping Beauty. This is from 1990, it seems. It's a 76-minute CD. Then we've got the Suite Number 3 with Vladimir Yarovsky and the Russian National Orchestra. I mean, that's where is that? Where did that come from? Let me see. It doesn't say. Okay, fine. I saw that before. Oh, yeah, Pentatone. Yeah, Pentatone had that one. There we go. I knew that was familiar. And then Romeo and Juliet, Capriccio Italienne, the Polonaise from Eugene Onegin, again, the Moscow State Symphony and Pavel Kogan. So those are very good performances, exciting and decently recorded, if not fabulous, but The Serenade for Strings with Fedosiev and the Large Symphony Orchestra of Moscow Radio from 92. The Sleeping Beauty Suite with Ormandy and Philly from 61. Maybe it wasn't licensed. Maybe it's public domain somewhere, since it was 61. And last but not least, the famous 1812 Overture with the Minneapolis Symphony and Dorati, Mercury Living Presence from 1958. I mean, this is one hell of a Tchaikovsky collection. That's all I can tell you. I mean, it's mostly just terrific stuff. So if you're in the market, or you wanted to fill out your collection and you're looking for some of these goodies, I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. Totally amazed. It's a first-rate Tchaikovsky collection at a very, very good price with major artists and most of the important stuff. So there you have it, my friends. Keep on listening. Really, just keep on listening and take care.